Hello 3 Mandela and welcome to your first maths lesson of the week. Today we are going to be subtracting money. Our learning objective is, can I subtract amounts of pounds and pence? In today's lesson, we will be learning to subtract money using coins and by exchanging £1 for 100 pence. We will also use a number line to count on or back to calculate the difference between two amounts. How many pennies are in £1? That's right, there are 100 pennies in £1. How many pennies are in £5? That's right, there are 500 pennies in £5. Now we're going to be practicing our converting between pounds and pence, which is a skill that we learnt last week. And we need to find the pairs. We've already found a pair by working out that in £5 there are 500 pennies. So I can take my pen and I can join those two amounts together. £5 is equivalent to 500p. I would like you to pause the video and on your whiteboard or piece of paper, I would like you to match the amounts. Find the pairs that are equivalent. You may need to do some converting to help you with this. Remember, there are 100 pennies in £1. Let's have a go at this next one together. If I've got 550p, I can use my knowledge of place value to help me. And the first thing I'm going to think about is the hundreds. So in 550p, I've got 5 hundredths, which is equivalent to £5. And I've got 50p. So I would match £5 and 50p with 550p. Can you pause your video now and have a go at matching the rest of the amounts? Let's have a look at this one. If I've got £1 and 50p, let's start with my pound. How many hundreds are in £1? There is 100 or 100p and 50p. So I would match this with £1 and 50p, which means that £15 is equivalent to 1,500 pennies. Let's look at our next question. The astronaut has £3 and 70p. He spends £2 and 20p. How much money does he have left? So I'm going to read the problem and I'm going to highlight the important information. The astronaut has £3 70p. So I know that he has £3 and 70p. He spends £2 and 20p. So I need to work out how much money he has left. So I'm going to take away £2 and 20p to see how much money the astronaut has left. So I'm going to do this by taking some coins away. He spends £2 and 20p. So I'm going to take a £2 coin away and put it up here because I've taken it away. Then I'm going to take the 20p away because I know he has spent it. Then this is the money that the astronaut has left. Can you pause your video and add these coins together to see how much the Mastronaut has less? Pause your video. How much did the Mastronaut have left? He had a £1 coin, a 20p coin, a 20p coin and a 10p coin. And if we add them together, he has £1 and 50p left. Let's read our next problem. Jemima has £6. Joe has £3 and 65p. How much more money does Jemima have than Joe? Explain how using a number line helps us to find the answer. So that gives us a little bit of a clue that we're going to use a number line now to help us to find the answer. Let's start by reading our problem and highlighting the important information. So Jemima has £6, so I need to know that she has £6. Joe has £3 and 65p. How much more money does Jemima have than Joe? How much more? So that is an important piece of information that I need to remember to help me to solve the problem. So I'm going to start by placing £3 and 65p here at the end of the number line. And I'm going to add 5p to this. Pause your video and have a go at adding 5p to £3 and 65p. If you add 5p to £3 and 65p, you have £3 and 70p. Now I'm going to think about how much money I would need to make £4. Pause your video and think about how much money you would need to add to make £4. I would add 30p to make £4. And I can show this on my number line by showing the jumps. This shows me I've added 5p, and this shows me I've added 30p. I know I need to make £6 because Jemima has £6. So I can place £6 here on my number line. I now need to work out how many pounds I am adding to get from £4 to £6. Pause your video and have a go to see what amount would go there. So we have added £2. Now we can work out how much more money Jemima has than Joe. £2 add 30p add 5p is £2 and 35p. So the difference is £2 and 35p. And the number line helped us because we could start with the smallest value and count on to make the largest value to help us to find the difference between the two amounts. Let's look at our next question. The red Mastronaut buys one football for £3 and 40p. The yellow Mastronaut buys 3 balls. How much more did he spend? Let's have a look at our problem and highlight the important information in this. So the red Mastronaut buys 1 ball for £3.40. £3.40. The yellow astronaut buys 3 balls. How much more did he spend? So how much more did he spend? So we have got to work out how much the yellow astronaut spent. So we know that the red astronaut spends £3.40. We now need to find out how much the yellow astronaut spends. Can you pause the video and write that calculation for me? So let's work out how much the yellow astronaut spent. If we remember back to last week, we remember that we need to add our pounds first. £3, add £3, add £3 is £9. Remember that number in your head or jot it down to help you. Then we need to add the pence. 40 pence, add 40 pence is 80 pence. 80 pence add 40 pence is 120 pence. So we can convert this to £1.20. If I add this to my £9, the yellow astronaut has £10.20 all together. So now we need to work out the difference between £10.20 and £3.40. Can you pause the video and have a go and see if you can work out the difference for me? Did you use a number line to help you to find the difference? The difference is £6.80. So we write that as a sentence. The yellow astronaut So let's look at the next part of the problem. The purple astronaut goes to the sports shop and spends £15. How much more money does she spend than the yellow astronaut? So let's go to the problem and highlight the important information. So the purple astronaut goes to the sports shop and spends £15. How much more does she spend than the yellow astronaut? Pause your video and try and draw a number line to work out the difference. So now you're going to check your answer with my answer to see how you got on. So we know that the yellow astronaut spent £10.20 altogether, and that the purple astronaut spent £15. So the difference is £4.80. So she spent £4.80 more. If I start with my £10.20 and I count on to the next nearest pound by adding 80p, I make £11. And I add my £4 on to make £15. Let's look at the question. The astronauts are calculating the difference between £8.30 and £5.70. So let's look at the methods that they use. So let's start with the pink astronaut. I'm going to get my highlighter in case we want to highlight anything to help us remember. So let's look at the method she uses. She starts with her £7, take away £5, which gives £2. Let's think a little bit about that first. So let's have a little bit of a think about this step. So the astronaut cannot subtract 50p from 30p. So he exchanges £1 for 100p. So the calculation becomes 130p, take away 50p, which equals 80p. Then the astronauts added the two amounts together to give the total of £2.80. So the astronaut couldn't subtract 30p from 50p. So he exchanges £1 from the £8 to make 100 pence and puts this with the 30p. So he has a calculation that he can do. Let's look at the next calculation. The second astronaut subtracts £6 and he compensates by adding 50p. So let's break that down into steps. So £8 and 30p, take away £6 equals £2.30. So he's made this into £6 so that he's got a number to take away from. Then he's added the 50p that he's borrowed back in. They are both correct, but you've got to think about which method you would find easier to solve the problem. Now it's your turn. Choose between activity 1, 2, and challenge yourself with activity 3. So in activity 1, you need to use a ruler to draw number lines to find the difference between each pair of amounts. So use a number line to work out the difference between each amount, just like we did together and just like you've practiced on your whiteboards. Activity 2, again, using a ruler. Draw number lines to help you solve the problem. So Jack buys a t-shirt. His sister buys 2 pairs of socks. His brother buys a pair of jeans and a pair of socks. How much more does his sister spend than Jack? How much more does his brother spend than Jack? How much more does his brother spend than his sister? A man enters and spends £20.50. Is this more than Jack's brother spent? What's the difference between these two amounts? Remember to use a number line to help you. Amir and Rosie use a number line to subtract £5.75 from £8. So we've got Amir's method and Rosie's method. Amir and Rosie both get £2.25 as their answer. Explain each of these methods to a partner. You can't do that because you haven't got a partner at home with you. So I'd like you to write down explaining how each method works and then whose method you prefer and why you prefer that method. Then you've got some calculations to correct. So you've got to be the teacher. So you've got to look at them and find out whether they're correct or incorrect. If they are wrong, you need to write the calculation correctly. Remember to upload your work onto Tapestry for me to see how you have got on.